Hey, what's up, guys? And I wanted to talk a little bit about the Naruto mod and the future of everything. I also wanted to talk about real quick, the Saiyans mod. Let's get that out the way first. So the Saiyans mod is, I was done with it. I wanted to be done with it, and I wanted to have one last update, but some things derailed a little bit, some real life things that we're still working on right now. So we are still working on an update. I know everyone's been very patient, and I appreciate everyone for being so patient with that. But it is coming. And when it does come, that'll be my final update. I know people are working on add-ons and changes and all of these new things, which is fine. I support any add-ons or any changes or anything that they want to add to the mod, of course. But after my final update with, I believe, fusions added and a couple of new skills, and I think they're changing some of the animations around, I'm done with it personally. I am done with the Saiyans mod. The only thing I'll be doing is maintaining it. So if we get 1.7, I will update it to 1.7, and then that's it, and fix any bugs or whatever, and that's it. Because I just can't. I can't work on so many things. I can only do so many things at once. I do have a career that has nothing to do with programming or gaming at all. So between work, maintaining myself, and everything, I just, it's a lot. I'm stretching myself thin here. Next thing is, let's talk about the Naruto mod in the future. So I'm excited for a lot of new changes going on. I don't like to do gigantic changes. Like, I could add a million and one clans with specializations, but I don't want to do that. And there's a couple of reasons why I don't want to do that. Specializations itself is adding a crap ton of new skills. Crap ton. It's going to be just as big, if not bigger, than the Jinchuriki update, which oh my god. Jinchuriki update was huge. Absolutely huge. Added a lot of new things, added wood release, added the Uzumaki clan, which I will be reworking wood release. I guess that's the first bit of news to say, is that wood release is getting completely reworked. Obviously, the golem staying the same. I'm going to add wood dragon projectile. I'm going to change a lot of things of how things work. And with that being said, we're going to be using the new terrain effects. So if you guys have played with insects before, anything like that, then you know that they have a creep, like a creep terrain or something like that. And in this creep terrain, they it basically, I believe, only insect structures can be built on it, and they move a little faster on it while other pawns move slower. I would like to take those terrain effects and add them to wood release pawns, where if you have the wood gene, you can use like something called the deep forest emergence, and it'll change the terrain around for a bit of time and make all wood release users have higher speed, higher manipulation possibly, while everyone else gets a debuff while they're trudging through this forest that you created, this gigantic forest that you created. Something cool like that. On that note, with terrain changes, I would like to add that to all abilities. So if we have a Sabaku sand user, when they use Sand Tsunami, it will change the surrounding terrain to sand for a little bit. If you use the Lava Ball, I believe it's the Four Tails. I have a Four Tails user right here. So let's look at that. Oh, I think it has to be drafted up. It is the Lava Spew. So if you use Lava Spew, it'll change the surrounding area to lava. It'll make that small little area lava, which will be pretty cool. If you use any earth jutsus, it will add the mountain tiles or something like that. Just terrain changing effects. Obviously, earth jutsus will probably be a little more permanent, while the lava will dissipate after a while. So you don't have permanent lava. It's not permanent. Most of them won't be permanent. If you use the crashing wave, it'll make a small, shallow water puddle. I would like to add that because that'll add a lot more to the mod in general. I think it's a cool changing effect. It'll be temporary in most cases, and then obviously for Earth, you can just mine through it or something like that. Nothing will be permanently detrimental to your map. So the next thing is the EMS changes. So EMS has always been a surgery, and I know people are having problems with that, and I think it is kind of buggy and a little weird how it works. And I was also trying to change the item depth so it doesn't use cooking speed. It's not cooking. It'll be actually making like a drug. With that being said, I think I want it to work almost like a drug in a way, sort of. As in, I want it to be an item. So no more surgery or anything like that. It'll actually be an item, and I think I might make it into just the pair right away. So what'll happen is it'll be baked into the skill. So as you, who has a Mangekyo? I believe you have a Mangekyo. So this will be turned into E Mangekyo, Eternal Mangekyo. And when you have, it'll not be permanent on the eyes. It'll work just like the Mangekyo Sharingan, except it'll be tier 2. So this is Mangekyo tier 1. It'll become a tier 2 where no blindness effects, and all of the abilities that are tied to it are cost half. Just like what it does now, except it'll be a little more, it'll be slightly less immersive and more immersive at the same time. Because now you won't have permanent internals just on all the time when you do the surgery, but at the same time, there is no surgery. You're kind of just putting in the eyeballs essentially when you get the item. And obviously, to do that, you're going to need a Sharingan gene, because only Sharingan users get the Eternal, while the other ones they can get Mangekyo, but they don't get blindness, but they have the higher chakra cost, which I think is fair. As for a game purpose, I think it's very fair. So now Eternal will be an actual item. The item will upgrade your Mangekyo to tier 2 to an Eternal. It'll be toggle now. It'll have the same effects as what it does now, except it'll be a little bit easier and less buggy, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. I'm really curious to see how you guys think about those changes. But next is expanded settings. So a lot of people ask for a lot of quality of life settings and changes. The XP multiplier, the Genjutsu XP multiplier, and I want to give that to you. We're going to expand as many settings as I can think of. Definitely leave me comments and suggestions in the Discord, because I can take those and put them directly into my document, which I've been doing, which I do a lot of the time. I take you guys' suggestions and I put it into the document. And if it's not something I like 100% want, I should say, but it's something the community wants, I try to level with you guys and make it a toggle or a setting or something like that. Or I'll take some of the idea and say, okay, that's part of that. Is a really good idea. I know that the roaming tailed beast I want to add directly into the mod. So that'll be a thing where the tailed beast will spawn in a biome and roam. I'm going to change their train ability to more advanced, and obviously they will be hostile upon anything. So that'll be a thing. Now the next change is Genjutsu Kai. This will just be a general change. Genjutsu Kai will now be toggleable, just like Substitution Jutsu. And it'll passively gain experience, so leveling Genjutsu will be a lot easier, especially for those who want Genjutsu Specialist. I know that getting there is kind of annoying right now to get a lot of good Genjutsu, but I'd like to a lot of changes to Genjutsu and how it works just a little bit, because I want to make it special and viable. So especially with specialization, it'll definitely be more viable than what it is now. Now, Tai Specialist, in the next update, we'll be getting the Gate of Wonder and obviously the Gate of Death, and we're also adding Hirudora and some more techniques to Tai Specialist in general. We're going to get Body Flicker. So the Body Flicker technique that they use normally, where they kind of like high speed movement. So everyone's going to get a small teleport. And it's going to take ninjutsu level and taijutsu level as well. So you're going to need both those. Not very high to get it. And it'll be balanced. It'll be like 10 tiles and not have a crazy high cooldown or anything like that. But yeah, it'll be nice. I think it's a little busted a little bit, but I think I'll balance it pretty nicely. Now for specializations, I can confirm we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, technically 6, I guess, if you want to add, actually no, that's not a specialist, but we're getting 6 new things. 5 will be specialist, and the 6th thing will be curse mark. So Genjutsu specialist is happening, Sharingan Genjutsu specialist, a special specialization just for Sharingan gene holders, ninjutsu specialist also obviously coming. You gotta have ninjutsu specialist, sealing specialist, and medical specialist. Medical specialists are getting the 1,000 healings, the 1,000 sealed healings. I believe for balance purposes, it should be for someone who's going to go full into the medical route and have that hyper regeneration and that hyper chakra regeneration as well. Sealing specialist they'll probably get the curse mark. Maybe I might make it a sealing specialist plus ninjutsu scientist, with the lab and everything. You probably experiment on people. I do want to add like using dead bodies or fresh dead bodies in experiments and doing stuff like that. So you can become very much Orochimaru-esque. I'm also adding a white snake blessing trait, which will give you pale skin. And it'll be a trait and a gene so that you can pass that on if you want Orochimaru-like people. and it'll add a couple snake things, a couple snake jutsus that'll be on your character, just like kind of Orochimaru. I did look a little bit about his story, and like apparently that was the whole thing. It's like a white snake or something like that. I don't remember. This was years ago when I started writing up the white snake specialist trait and gene. But that'll add snake-like abilities, enhance research, some other cool things to the character. And then from there, if you decide to look up curse marks and research those and go down that route, then you can curse mark. I might make it into anomaly research, which, where are we? Anomaly research. It might go in there, and then you can use a ritual to do the curse mark, to bite someone on the neck. Do the curse mark. Once the ritual is complete, they will have a nice little diff in their health tab, and from there it'll work like a disease where if their immune system isn't strong enough, or if you guys can't tend to it strong enough, then you will it won't progress and you will die. I might make it so certain traits automatically die, like frail body or any of those sickly, weakly traits where if you do the ritual on them, they'll just die. That's a little more immersive, I think, because you need to have a stronger body to be able to handle the ritual. So this is just kind of a general information, or just answering up some questions about when it's what's going to be in the next update. Now, for when it's coming, it is. I'm probably gonna put this in the description because I feel like people are just asking like when, and I waited a couple minutes into the video to even talk about it. But anyway, so when is going to be probably? I'm thinking December, January. I know I made an announcement in the Discord, and I'm going to stick to that date, which I believe it was December or January. I do have to look back. I obviously have started writing the specialist already. It's a lot of planning. So that's why I gave myself a few months, because I did just make a big move. My career did change. I'm now just getting back on my feet with everything. It was a rough couple of months, and now I'm just starting to feel a little bit better. But I think in 3 months, I'll be in a really healthy, good place. And barring any real life nonsense going on, which I'm hoping to stabilize and not even have to deal with that, because I really want this update to come out for you guys. I'm thinking around that time, December, January, will start. And I'm hoping by March, did I say March? Whichever I said for the Bleach Mod to start. Whenever I put for the Bleach Mod to start, I'm hoping to be done. I'm hoping 3 months of just grinding out. And since all the writing will be done, or all the planning will be done, just grinding that out. And we can start the Bleach Mod with no strings attached, with no, oh, we got to finish this up for Naruto whilst trying to start the Bleach Mod. But I'll have the Bleach Mod written out by then. So next year, early next year, you'll be getting the Bleach Mod starting. At least it should be written out by then. And then I can put out Patreon builds for everything. Obviously, the Naruto mod, when we start up that Specializations update with the new stuff, we're going to be doing Patreon builds. If there's anything I can cram into this Specializations update, because I like to do sweeping changes. So obviously, if there's any game crashing bugs, I'll take care of those right away. But for the most part, any of the smaller stuff, you guys might have to wait a little bit. I'm just gonna apologize right now. Might have to wait a little bit for me to make those changes on that front, because I'd like to just add it all into the Specializations update, get it all fixed up, ready to go, and then have a really nice launch for that when that's out. And I'm hoping that'll be a quick, as I know it's a lot of content, but I'm hoping it'll be a quicker turnaround with that. With that being said, I think I've gone through everything. Obviously, if you guys have any questions about the Naruto mod, where it's going, or if I didn't clarify anything, just let me know. If you guys have any questions about the Specializations, also let me know. Ninjutsu Specialist, I think I didn't really touch on that too much. Essentially, it's expanding all of the elements. You're going to get a third upgrade for some of your abilities. You're going to get new abilities for each and every element. So that's all of the elements for Ninjutsu Specialist are affected. Think of something like Sarutobi and how powerful he was, and how he was able to, he had all those elements and able to manipulate them, and Kakashi a little bit too. So it'll be kind of like those two. Think of those two in terms. The Specializations kind of go off of characters in the show. So weapons specialist, obviously weapons specialist isn't coming, but it's planned for the future. Weapon specialists are those people that use multiple different types of weapons. What was her name? Tenten? She's a terrible representative for weapon specialist, but I swear it'll be cool in the game. I'm gonna try to make it cool and make it viable, make it something you actually want to use. But Thank you for watching the video if you stayed till the end, and thank you for all the Patreon holders holding out for me. I really appreciate that. Obviously, you are not obligated to do the Patreon until I start putting out builds. No one's obligated, so no hard feelings if you guys are like, I'm gonna wait until they start doing Patreon builds again. And of course, everything will be free once the build is out. And I'm not trying to postpone anything any further. I would like, since like I said, life is dying down. I'm not in school anymore. I won't be in school for another year, for at least 2027, I should say, is when next time I'll be back in school again. I do want to be at the top of my career, so I'm gonna get my master's, etc., and go for that. So it'll be a while before that starts. And what else is there? I'm just rambling on. I'll catch you guys in the next one.